For whatever reason, there's something just so oddly satisfying about watching other people show you the crap they own and like. And I thought this week I'd give it my shot and show you some of the crap I own, as well as showing you how I live. This is my bedroom. This is where I shoot all my videos. This is where I edit my videos. In most cases, I'm sitting here in which you see that background. This is our Gremlins poster, our officially licensed Gremlin poster by none other than High C. Something about this poster that always kind of messed me up is that Gizmo has a belly button, except the Gremlins reproduced by having water splashed on them. I recently just mounted this, which I'm very happy about. I actually fucked up and I hammered a hole into this wall and it looked really bad, so to compensate for that I actually put the map from Skyrim over it. I was always like, did this painter watch the film? Did this come out before the film was out? Then, upon a recent viewing, I saw that Gizmo had a belly button. Here are my DS and 3DS games. So one of the things that I've done as the years have progressed, I've actually gotten rid of the cases, but I kept the cases to the games that matter most to me. Hotel Dusk is the first game that I bought for my DS. Here's our Wallace and Gromit kind of collectible set. You can see the sweet layered dust. In case you didn't know, I'm an avid collector of dust. I have a very dear attachment to this game. There is Rasputin from Psychonauts. I actually got this figurine when I went to PAX Prime in Seattle, where I also met Tim Schafer and made a complete fucking ass out of myself. It was one of the only few times in my life that I was sincerely, genuinely starstruck. It was silly. And also right next to it is its sequel that was never released in America, and I was never able to play it until I got a 3DS, because the 3DS is not region locked. And of course, in a ripe time, enamel pins are so very in, and I myself do have an attraction to them. So I have my Twin Peaks one that was done by an artist on Etsy, my Darkness from Legend, which I also believe is a Etsy artist. So I actually just rebought Oblivion because for the most part I vicariously played it alongside a friend who had it, but I never had my own copy. This is an officially licensed Over the Garden This is an officially licensed Over the Garden Wall enamel pin, a miniseries which I so dearly love. And many moons ago I had bought it to try and give it a try. It just didn't absorb me, or maybe that's just not the game I needed in that moment, and I foolishly ended up getting rid of it, so I actually just rebought it as my Skyrim obsession has resurfaced due to it being on the Switch. Fuck off. So of course here are my collected editions and my graphic novels, as well as some other books. We decided to kind of just put this in a corner and stack them up because a bookshelf just kind of seems like unneeded, unnecessary space. We have Why the Last Man down there, 100 Bullets, some of Preacher, not all of it, Love and Rockets, 100 Years of Solitude, which will probably take me just as long to actually finish reading, some Twin Peaks book, and of course Raymond Chandler, one of my favorite writers of all time, right next to Neil Gaiman. Aowati and Aowati by Richard Ayoade is a comical masterpiece. Here we are into my living room. There's Lily. So this is a Twin Peaks print done by the artist Scott C., who I discovered because he was the lead artist and kind of conceptual designer for Psychonauts. Moving on, we have another print by Scott C. This is the one from Drive. Yet another Twin Peaks print by Scott C. So here we have more books. Jamie Hernandez art book, James Jean art book, both of which these I bought for Juliana, my girlfriend. So about a year ago, I made a decision which is probably sacrilegious to others, but out of a need to free up some space and have less to move with at the time came, I chose to get rid of a bunch of the cases that my movies came in, but instead just kept the disc. More Love and Rockets. Down here we have more graphic novels and other just books, more Scott C shit. And I assure you this was not an easy task. And so I kind of put them in these little dudes. So there's, you know, Mr. Bean. Day Tripper is one of my favorite books of all time, right next to Swamp Thing, of course. More Mr. Bean. Record collection. I think music is kind of a bottomless pit of a conversation, and I usually have a really tough time talking about it. I even did it for my video games, which was really tough. One of my most prized possessions. Wait. Got another one. This is my collection of toilet paper, which is actually really dear to me because it was a Christmas present from my father.
I just can't bring myself to get rid of these. I love Don Bluth. I've loved Don Bluth since I was a child, and I just can't even bring myself to pretend to get rid of these. So there they stay, the DVD releases. Casablanca Special Edition, a Heather's Locker Special Edition. I love this thing because it actually comes with like books that look like high school books, but the movies and DVDs and such are inside.
Anyways, that's it. Kind of a little self-indulgent. I get a weird enjoyment out of watching people do this stuff, so I'm sure there's somebody out there who would get enjoyment out of watching me do this crap. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Kurt. Goodbye.